Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Baffles, and today we're going to talk about anchoring the A side Anubis and how to have impact from this position in your pugs or ESCA games, even if they don't come to the A bomb site. So your main goal as an A anchor is to stop an A rush. The main way I like to do that is when I'm coming in the camera off spawn, is just get stuck in this corner right here. There's a little big dot right here. You just aim just to the right of it. Well, it's a bit more to the right than that. And jump throw, and what you'll see is it bounces off this wall right here and lands right outside A main, making the rush very hard for anyone who's trying to get in here. So once that molly lands, there's a couple different pieces of util you can throw. If you're wanting to drop a nade on top of the molly to maybe, if you're really confident in the rush, you can come here quickly when the nade's still up, when the molly's still up, and drop a nade in front of it. Or what you can do is if you think it's going to be a more default round, come right here, and from either side you can nade T-stairs. I prefer this side just for the little more consistency. I just stand at the back here, aim at the top of this light mark, run forward and jump throw. It's a great nade that will do 50 damage to anyone around the bottom or the platform T-stairs. You can also do it from this position right here by aiming at the bottom of this triangle, run throwing and jump throw. The reason I don't like doing this set as much is there's been times where I'm doing my jump throw with the util, but I get stuck on here right as I go to throw it, and it ends up hitting the windowsill and just bouncing back at me. Now, if you know or notice the team you're playing against likes to play slow and aren't really rushing A main early or even taking A main control after the molly fades, what I would recommend doing is saving the molly as you could use it for different plays later, like taking control out of canals or using it to block a rush when you see the smokes come in. Like, say you've thrown your nade a few rounds now and you've noticed you aren't doing any damage to anyone up in T-stairs. So what are you going to do then? You can try to take some space in canals or do some damage to someone else in canals. If you get stuck into this corner, say you still have your molly, for example, and you get stuck in this corner. This play works really well if you have someone in A main, maybe specifically an opper, just post it, like say you have your opper post on the line, and you think there's someone behind, and he thinks there's someone behind this box. A great way you can flush them out is if you get stuck right in this corner here, and there's this little like chip in the line on the wall here. All you're gonna do is aim right under that with a nade. You just jump throw the nade, and then the exact same lineup with the molly. And anyone behind this box is gonna get burned out and into the open. If you're opper to hit an easy kill. Another play I like to do, this one's a more aggressive play. If I have the best spawn for A main, this spawn right here, I will ask whoever has this spawn here to follow me into A, and I will ask one of my B teammates to throw the T-stair smoke. The T-stair smoke is really simple smoke. You just get into this corner here, aim at this corner of this protruding edge sticking out, and just do a normal jump throw. This will go all the way over, take a bounce off the roof over for middle here, and land right on the top of the stairs, creating a really nice T-stair smoke. So anyone trying to peek will have to be peeking around a smoke. Sometimes the T's will disrespect it and still push it anyway. Sometimes they will respect it and stay behind the smoke. This play right here is designed to punish anyone who likes to push through the smoke. So once you have your teammate throw that smoke and you have the best spawn, you're coming right through camera again, but you're not throwing any util. You're running straight from A main, and you'll have your one person following you. What I like to do is just bang. That flash went a little too high. Just bank the flash right off here, and it goes over. And what this does is anyone on the back wall trying to get in for an A main peek, or anyone down here holding, is going to get fully blind. So they can hear the flash popping up there, so they'll have a choice to make. They will either have to turn around, and then you have the advantage of someone who's not looking at you and having to flick back, or you just catch them full blind with an easy kill. So what happens once you get that kill? So there's two of you here, so you guys can either make the choice to fall back to site with your 5v4, or so you can keep pushing. So what can happen is the T's can, if they disrespect the smoke and just run out and go right into canals, they can actually peek canals before you're peeking, so you might think it's clear. So what I always like to do is ask the E-box player, since we're fighting for canals on the A side, can you fight for canals on the B side, and ask him just to flash push out and clear like this. So you'll have all this cleared, you'll have all this cleared, so all you really have to worry about now is anyone who can come drop down carpets and trade you guys as you're retreating. So since they already know we're push out A main because we got the original kill, I always like to just peek carpets and pre-fire the little pixel headshot angle. It's a really common position people like to hold, so pre-firing it works out really well, and you can use that and just fall back to sight after that and regroup wherever you think you need to. One thing to note, if you are playing in a 5-stack, you can make this play even more coordinated with a nice little molly for carpet up here, so that way no one can be peeking this when you guys push out, and then you can push out even farther to crossfire with the E-box guy. And then this guy will have to give it up because you guys have so much space. You can peek from so many different angles now. It isn't just like this. You guys can, when you go back for your swings, you can be close under him. You can come back here. You can be in here. He has too many places to worry about, so it's not a good fight for him. But say they're not even, say you've tried this now and they're not even coming canals. So you use all this time utility, you get into canals, and they just rush B. Or they rush mid. And now you're stuck way out of position with them taking over everywhere else on the map. So, a couple different plays I would like to do then is, if you notice they're not even playing in canals at all and they're just giving you all that space, is something I like to call the pass. Like I have two different names for it. If I'm playing a passive, like passive rotate. So what I will do is I will give up A. I won't even start A. All I will do is just throw this smoke right here. All this will do, it will land inside A main. It's thrown all the way from spawn. It'll land inside main. It just gives the presence that someone's still there. So if for some reason they do have one person lurking in canals, they see the smoke, they're going to think, okay, there is in fact somebody on the A-bomb site still. And then I will like to start triple mid and use this to fight for mid. Because what you can do with the triple mid is, instead of smoking it, if you just have a molly deep, you have one person come to the door, preferably your opper, have one person flash for the opper to peek just by doing a simple jump throw right here. So then now the opper has this line, so they cannot peek from the right, and as that flash pops, you, the third player, can now be peeking window on the left side. So now your opper has a line on that right side. No one can peek you from there. So what you can do is you can actually start scaling up, clearing the left side, and this second guy who threw one flashback for you here, he can come over here, and since he can't be peeked because you're walking up on the left side, so he can either, what you can either have him do is you can come through the doors here. You can have him throw a flash over if you want to peek window. You can have him throw a flash over, or I can't quite remember the line. It's something like this. Yeah, you could bounce it through the window and peek like that. Or if you're just taking the gamble that no one's there, you're wanting to fight for mid control, you just walk clear it, and then you keep going up. And what you can do is have this guy get ready with a beautiful flash like this, right as you push up, and that'll blind anyone holding mid from here, 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 here. I think even it gets up here too. Oh. Maybe not all the way back here. Yep, all the way back here too. So it is a great flash to clear out a lot of angles. You can push me, get the info. And then you know it's either going to be A or B. And at that point, when your mid players can fall off, when your mid players can go all the way back to A, and you can have, like, depending on how many, where you think it's going to be, you can start to stack the right bomb site. Info plays are everything. You can do also as well is if you don't want to go mid if they're starting B, you can throw this smoke, kind of go B as well, and work with your B teammates to get a hold on the B bomb site going with a third rifle there. A lot of the times you'll see if you start a third player over towards B, usually it's your ops starting here. Ops can get locked out of an execute pretty easily, so it's always a good idea every once in a while to have a rifler be the third person over here, as it is a great way to really stuff and execute, because there's a lot more things you can do with a third rifler. And especially on the Anubis CT side, with how constricting it is, you really want as many people at the right bomb site at the right time as you can get. So if instead you don't want to be on the passive side of the rotate coming around back to stack somewhere else, instead you want to be aggressive, that's fine too. Because if you know they're playing weak canal pressure, you can do the same flash push I showed you earlier, but instead of having another person coming with you, all this stuff, you just ask one person to smoke T-stairs, and then you just throw one flash and push, because if they're putting a lot of pressure mid and B every round, chances are they're not going to be in canals. So obviously this is a very calculated risk. Solo pushing when you're the only defender on the bomb site, this is a very big risk, but sometimes it will pay off, because what can happen is if you can get to this position here, this is a very strong position. You can cut off the mid rotate completely, or you can hold T-stairs off completely. The only thing you do have to worry about is when crossing to here is if someone's carpets and they hear you flash push out, and they can maybe catch your back, they can shift down here pretty easily and kill you, and that's the A-bomb site wide open. Because if the T-stairs smoke is still up and you want to get aggressive and cross over here, you can do that. Then you can play from a position like this, or like this. You'll just have to realize that carpets to A is open, so that will have a gap that has to be in the back of all your teammates' minds. But there's no way they're expecting you right here. Or you can also sit at this angle to watch mid. There's no way they're going to expect that the A person is all the way out here. These are some of my favorite plays to do to still have impact even when being an A site anchor. If you guys like this kind of content or would like to see other maps or positions, let me know in the comment. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you guys next time.